welcome everyone to episode 12 of our Dungeons & Dragons WildMount campaign. We are in Darkened Hallows, so to give everyone an update on where we are, so the adventurers, and forgive me for the last episode which we uploaded, for some reason my mic became disabled so you couldn't hear me, and some great voiceovers as well for some of my characters, but alas, we shall meet these characters again, hopefully. So the adventurers have taken the time now and they've found the crypt of the vampires is underneath a church located just off a beaded alley. They've gone down and set up a trap on the escape route to make sure the vampires don't get away, and during that time they were ambushed by a number of vampire children. They killed the children, yes, that's something I never thought I'd say on stream, but they killed the children after being ambushed, and Ariana was severely wounded in the fighting. We'll go and rejoin the party members that we have, because we have Zavros, Achilles, Ariana and Bellamac with us today. Rogar, Brant, Solazina could not join us, so we're going to get involved in it, and like I said, we'll go from there. So I'm going to check up now and we'll start the campaign.
We'll start look after Solazina's character.
Yeah.
There we go. So we are back. How are we all?
Trying to figure out how to get this other character up.
So just...
Well, am I going to collections?
Yeah. Collection, and then my campaigns.
Yeah.
And then view our campaign. Then you should have to view the other characters then.
Just for those who are watching on the stream or watching this on YouTube later, because we are lacking some party members and due to the difficulty of the dungeon, each of the party members that are with us today are going to take over one of the secondary characters that aren't here. So who are you going to control, Grant?
Brant's are.
Okay, and Matt?
I've got Rogar.
And Harry?
We've got no fucking answers.
I got Solazina.
And you, Ariana?
Captain Sylvester.
Very good, very good. So we all ready to get going?
Did we sort out the armor that Rogar got?
I don't know whether he's done it or not, but it basically just means on his stealth checks he doesn't have to roll disadvantage anymore.
Yeah, I can see that he's got that splint thing attached, so I'm guessing it isn't. So what is it that I attach? I'll add it into his stuff now.
When it adds a adamantine armor.
Mithril.
I think I've got it.
Myth.
Oh, that's not it. I don't know how to use the app. Crap.
Oh, I'm not sure I can actually add shit to his.
Yeah, you won't be able to. Cal can go in later and do it, or Damo will just have to remind him.
We just remember it. It's in the recordings anyway. But we'll start from where we left off. So I'm going to get the dungeon up from where we are. So I've already gone over a review of where we are. I believe all of us were here for the last one, weren't we, S4?
Yeah.
Yeah, so we know exactly where we are, so we don't need to update any missing party members, which is great. So, right then. So, did you decide to take a short rest afterwards?
Yeah, as a short rest.
Right. Question.
Yes.
I've got his character sheet up, but I don't know how to roll for him.
You'll just have to roll and add his modifiers manually.
Yeah, so you won't be able to roll from his character sheet directly.
So what would I roll?
You just roll a manual.
You had some nice pink metal dice given to you by someone.
Can I use those, can I?
Yeah, that's what I'm doing for Brantsar. It saves me
then.
like flicking back and forth constantly just to roll dice.
Can you find them?
I have no idea how I'm going to do it.
You can roll it on your sheet just by using, so for like to attack, it's a D20 plus the modifier. So on his D&D sheet, you'll see the modifier there, so you can just roll a D20.
Okay, doke. God damn it.
Silly questions. If it's like a plus 8, which dice do I use?
So it depends on what you're doing. So it's like to attack.
Yeah.
To hit, it'll be like your D20, and then plus whatever that number, and then for like
D20.
It's the one with loads, with loads of numbers on it. It should be your biggest dice.
This one.
Yeah. Can you see a 20 on there? Or anything?
Yeah, I got 20.
Yeah, there you go.
Is this the one I'll be mainly using?
Yeah, so for like your damage, you'll have like a 1d8 plus or a 1d10 plus or whatever else.
1d6 plus
There you
5.
go. Do you know what a six-sided dice looks like?
The what?
You know what a six-sided dice looks like? So just
It's
be
a
that
normal-
plus
That's
whatever
the
the number.
normal one.
It's nice.
Yeah, your normal
That's the
dice.
normal one, yeah?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, our in-person game's going to be so fun.
Yeah, not knowing which dice to use. Banging. Is this the death saving one?
It's your D20
Oh, what's this one then?
of your death saves. That's a D4.
Okay.
So when you roll it, you'll either have
Oh,
the
is it?
number.
Oh, am I looking for the maximum number on it then? Am I?
So when you roll it, you'll either have, depending on how the dice are set out, you either have the number at the top of the pyramid or along the bottom of the pyramid on like one side. So are the numbers on the corners or are they on the sides?
On the sides.
Cool. So the number that you, when you roll that, the number that you want is at the bottom.
Eh?
So when you roll the D4, so you got the number. No, you got the numbers on the corners. Look.
Yeah.
So when you roll it, the number that you want from that dice is at the top. So that where where the top finger is.
Yeah.
That's the number that you roll. So if you like rotate that dice, you'll see that all of them match that same number on that corner.
Yes. I got you.
Right, cool. We looting these vamps?
I got you. Huh?
We looting these vampires?
Yeah,
Oh, yeah.
the bodies are still there.
What's this one then? It's got a 90 on it.
That'll be percentile dice, which will be rare to use, to be honest. But you can also use that D10.
Okay.
Yes. You.
What about I got D12? Do I use D12?
You can use any of them.
Yeah.
Let's just put it like that.
There'll be certain weapons or spells that allow you to use a D12.
We can go through it.
Certainly can.
Cal, can you do the short rest for Bransar and use one of his hit dice?
Yeah, bear with me.
Cheers, dude.
Oh.
So I just need his keys.
I
I
think we
also
should...
need a short rest on Rogar.
I think Rogar gets a D12 for his hit dice.
So
Okay,
we
we'll
are
find it.
looking at short rest for Bransar. Just remember, Bransar's level 6, but he hasn't had the chance to even pick any of his stuff yet because he hasn't been back. So do short rest.
Can you set him to level 6?
I can try.
Just for the hit point increase, really.
So I've done a short rest. What do you want me to roll?
If you're able to manage the character to set him to level 6. Well, when you click on short rests, it should come up to say what dice they've got. It'll be like I think for cleric it's a D8 or a
one,
D10.
yeah, 1d8 plus 3.
So D8 plus 3.
5, there we go.
Cool. He doesn't have any spell.
I just need. Was it 1d12? Is it?
I'm not sure whether it's a D10 or a D12 for Paladin.
1d10 plus 3. There you go, I've sorted him.
Right, so he just needs to be at the full health. And he's done. He's on 53 at the moment.
Sweet. Yeah, I'm just going to make
There we go.
paper note of what their health and their spell slots are because I can't change it and save you going back into it all the time, just a thing.
So, just so everyone knows as well, looking at Rogar's inventory, he has 0 javelins left. So, makes it nice and easy for me.
Doesn't-
Wonderful.
doesn't
Yeah, I think it's
surprise me.
not last game, but the game before. Well, he went to throw one. He was all right. This is my last one. I'll have to go get some more after. And then forgot to do so at the blacksmith's.
Yes, certainly did.
Oh, he wasn't here. That's why.
Yeah, no, we didn't get any. But then again, it didn't record my conversation as the blacksmith, so, you know.
Oh well, in that case.
In that case, no, he's not having them. To be fair, he's made them out of just bits of wood that he's found in the past, so I'm not gonna like. Brant has that ability as well. All right, okay. So a short time passes while you sit in the dark sort of hallows of this dungeon. You light a small fire and take a short rest to recover yourselves after a tremendous battle against the 4 vampire children. Their corpses now piled menacingly in the corner of the room. Body parts, limbs, blood, arms, all in bits sort of scattered about. And a red pool has sort of drawn itself up around the bodies of the vampires, where whatever was left of the blood in their body is sort of congealed around the bottom of them and dried. All 4 of them have stakes driven into their hearts, just to be sure. And that was Alexios that did that, by the way. Piled them all up and drove stakes into their hearts just to ensure that they were definitely dead. As you've been doing this and taking the short rest, you can hear a metallic clank, but the sound of small padding feet running amok in the in the rooms next to you.
I'm not going in for my car.
So is there 2 entrances? Oh, right, so I couldn't see from this angle. Is it just the one entrance to the left-hand side, isn't it?
There's one entrance to the left, then you can look forward and there's a corridor. There's a room on your left, a room on your right, and a room in front of you.
Okay. Sorry, the dust in the caverns.
I was about to say, the dust in the caverns are very much alive at the moment. You know, they're falling down from the rickety ceiling and causing Bellamac to have some allergic reaction to it.
Can we have a look for any traps or anything to go into the next room?
You can certainly carry out a perception check to see, but which room are you looking to head into?
Team. Which one do you want to go? Check.
I reckon this one here will go first, and then
The room first,
down
is
the
it?
corridor, is there? So,
Do we get anything from the looted bodies?
what's the point?
You haven't looked at them yet?
We have to take back, don't we?
Yeah? Can you do like an investigation check or something?
Yeah, if you want to do an investigation check, that's no problem at all.
Who? Is Avros doing that?
No. I'm fine.
I'll do an investigation check.
I'm cleaning my hands and making sure I look nice.
I only got 6.
Priorities.
So, when you carry out this investigation check, let me know when you've rolled.
Yes.
I have rolled.
You have a view, okay. So, as you're sort of peering through the bodies, you see the desiccated arm of one of the vampires that was torn off in the fight and has been cast lazily aside next to one of the stone mossy grates in the sewers. As you're looking through, though, one of the torn shifts that act as like a shirt or a coverall for one of the children is bulging. And as you open up that small bit of tear in that shift, you find a small little leather bag. Opening the leather bag, you find that there's a number of gemstones that are deposited in there. So you find that there's 6 different azurite gemstones in the bag. You've also got 5 banded agate gemstones in there as well.
Do we have to put this in the inventory?
Yes, yeah.
Just
Am
make
I
a note.
adding it? You're going to make a note of it, yeah?
Yeah, just made a note.
Okay. I'm not
Okay.
going to add them then, no?
There's
If you're,
also
I would add them then if you're the one picking them up.
there's 2 of blue quartz gemstones in there as well.
Achilles picks up the arm that was cut off and just kind of carries it with him.
Do you want to continue to search them?
Yeah,
Okay.
search all of them, but we also need to take the teeth, don't we?
Yeah,
the
grab
guy
some
want? Didn't the guy want some teeth?
Yeah, so if you can for me, roll a strength check and roll 3 more investigation checks, 1 for each body. So 4 strength checks, 3 investigation checks.
Oh. Some shit rolls today. So 3 investigation, 4 strength.
Yeah.
Oh, strength is not my... I haven't got strength.
Achilles, can you help us with the teeth?
Yeah.
I haven't got a strength check.
Yeah, you have.
Yeah, you have.
What, on my skills?
Yeah.
No, it's not on your skills. It's just underneath,
Oh,
like,
it's on the first one.
Yeah.
We've got
I've
22
never-
is 16 to 14.
You need 1 more, because there's 4 corpses.
And a 20.
Okay, so you reach into the mouths of each of the 4 vampire children, carefully placing your thumb and forefinger at the top of the vampiric teeth that's at the top of their maw, and you rip down sharply, but the strength of it, you manage to pull all 4 sets of double teeth out, so you've managed to secure all 8 of the teeth that you need. Ariana, you continue to search through the bodies as Achilles is tearing the teeth out of them. And as you're looking through, you manage to find a burglar's a pack, sort of strapped to the back of one of them.
How do I add that? Oh, Grant, can you write all this down and we can add it later? Right, thank you.
Inside of this burglar's pack, you find the following. You ready for your list?
Is it just the standard burglar's pack?
Yeah, 1,000 ball bearings, 10 feet of string, yeah, all of that.
How are we going to carry this back? Have we got the donkey?
He's up top.
Yeah,
Okay.
he's outside with the guards, I think.
You search through the body of the 3rd one, where their throat has been tore to shreds by the use of the lance that's gone through them, and you find a collection of 4 candles in their pocket.
4 candles or 4 candles?
4 candles.
Bit of 2 runnies for you, gone.
And finally, as you search through the body of the last one, you find a piece of chalk.
So, can I, with one of the extra vials, can I grab some of the kids' blood?
It's already congealed on the floor when you took the short rest.
Alright, cool. Can I scoop that into the vial?
You can scrape some of it up, yeah, and try and put it in the vial. You could use some water as well to potentially mix in with it.
Yeah, that's cool. I'll do that and then mark the little cork at the top with little V, just to make sure we know that one's come from a vamp.
Ace, yeah, no worries at all.
And then I'll ask Alexios if he knows of anything to do with like the 4 candles and the piece of chalk, if that holds any like importance or anything, or would they be used as part of like a ritual or something like that you'd know of?
No importance that I could understand. Likelihood is it's probably whatever they had still on their person when they became vampires. Holding on to whatever's left of them, I suppose. Suppose it could be used in a ritual, but then anything could be used in a ritual, realistically.
Cool.
What do you have to have been to be carrying candles and chalk?
Could have just been one of the kids used to go around lighting up the house or something with the candles, and the other one was I don't know.
The other one wanted to be a scribe, maybe.
Yeah, maybe.
Ah, I got you.
Right. Bransar's good. So in terms of this little room,
Yes.
so is there a door in between, or is it just like an open?
It's an open area, but it's
cool.
pitch black in there. But you can hear the sounds of small padding feet. So
There's more people in there.
Bransar doesn't have dark vision.
I don't know what it is.
So you can just hear that pitter-patter of feet moving around in the room.
So I'm gonna step round to sort of here, and then just peer through with my 120-foot dark vision.
So as you look into the room, you can see a small dark shadow, no higher than what would be your shin, is moving back and forth in the room, sitting, and then you can hear sort of a swishing motion along the floor.
Swishing.
Yeah, like
someone like sweeping up.
That's
I'll step a little closer. Do you want me to roll any like perception check or anything like that?
yeah, roll a perception check for me, please.
Oh, only 10.
Only 10. You can make out that there's a number of boxes and items that are in the room. So there's a lot of shadows and there's no sort of that you can see even surfaces. There appears to be a lot of items that are in the room. But there is one small sort of movement that you're picking up, and you can pick out these sort of small oval feline eyes looking out at you.
Have we done an investigation check for traps?
You can carry out an investigation check for traps. Is there something specific that you're looking to investigate in the room, though?
I'm looking to investigate anything that might attack us when we walk in, like a tripwire or a loose cobblestone that we step on.
Well, the perception check didn't pick up anything that was loose, and it didn't pick up any tripwires or anything that would be out of the ordinary. The room itself appears to be just a normal room with lots of items in it, but it's quite dark in there at the moment, so you're unable to see or make them out clearly enough.
Okay. I'm gonna do an investigation check on the brief objects that we can see.
Yeah, no worries. So as you move into the room itself, the items in the room start to become clearer.
Investigation.
And the item or the movement that you can see is of a small feline cat that's moving back and forth between the items in the room. There is a large wooden chest to your right that appears sealed and closed. To your left, there's a number of daggers that are left on the floor with a small rusted helmet. There's a number of vials and scrolls around the room, as well as a small chest containing what you can make out to be the gold of coins. The cat glares and eyes at you, watching you, its tail wagging back and forth, brushing across the smooth concrete.
It's a fucking vampire cat, isn't it?
When you say like cat, you mean like a standard size cat or large cat or anything like that?
Well, the cat's there, Harry. He's right by there.
Yeah,
a
cat.
standard cat.
The
Cat. Sorry.
It's a standard cat.
Right. Okay.
Oh, it looks like Tia.
What
Looks
would you
like
like?
Bandit.
Does look like Bandit. What would you like to
That's
do?
like-
Um.
I want to pet the cat. No, I'm joking. I'm joking.
Right.
Your choice.
No, I'm definitely not petting the cat. What's that nature? Can you do something with nature? What does that do?
You could do it just like an animal handling.
Yeah.
If you wanted to go in and see if it's friendly, sort of thing.
What's your animal handling?
1.
Ah, same. +1.
Yeah.
Brand
I do want
probably
to.
the highest.
I do. There's something obviously about this cat, so I would like to do that. Hang on, let me check.
If you roll in for animal handling, just let me know so I can check the roll.
Yes, yeah, I'm gonna do it now.
Both of you are.
Oh, two.
Oh wow.
Do you get
As you both begin to move,
Hello, Kitty.
yeah. As you
It's a
both
cat.
as you both move into the room, Ariana move into the right and Bellamac move into the left, coming up on the cat. The cat sort of begins to raise on its hindquarters and back off, its hackles raised and its tail standing upright with a small twitch at the base.
Can we? Because we're in the room now. Can we see more that's in there?
You can, yeah. So on your left, there's a rusted helmet with a number of daggers. Further up the wall, you can see now as the room starts to become more and more illuminated, there's vials of blue and green with sort of these old rusted boots, hammers, scrolls, and some tongs to the left. On the right of the room, you can see 2 chests, one larger, that's heavily closed, the other, which is about a medium-sized chest, seems to have been burst open with a number of gold spilling out from it. A number of helmets sit leaned up against that chest, and there's also what appears to be a rusted iron rod that's sitting across the floor in the room. As you begin to move forward, though, you can see that the cat is standing around by a pool of blood that sinks further into the caverns underneath the sewers.
Where that rusted rod's going.
Straight through the pretty cat.
I was thinking more where the pool of blood is like going down. It might be a place where that rod's used as like a plug type thing.
Achilles turns to Alexios and be like, "What kind of room is this in your vampire experience?"
From my experience, I would say that this room is likely to be one of the treasure hoards that we talked about. The room likely is where that they've kept a number of items for some time. That being said, if they were to try and escape at all, the likelihood is that there would be an escape route in this room for them to be able to get at least some of the loot out. The likelihood, I would say that this is possibly some kind of blood fountain.
And what's that? And then he points to that cat.
Can Frank go in and cast Detect Magic?
Yeah, Bran can cast Detect Magic.
So for the duration, you sense presence of magic within 30 foot of you. If you sense magic in this, you can use your action to see a faint aura around any visible creature or object in the room that bears magic and learn its school of magic.
Okay, so as Bran enters the room and he starts to move forward, he casts the Detect Magic. The Detect Magic instantly hones in on the cat. The cat themselves begins to sort of glow. And the cat, seeing this and noticing that he's detecting him, sits down on his hindquarters again. And when they sit down on their hindquarters, then they begin to sort of look forward.
It's a magic cat.
Can I? So I take it the 3 daggers are just on the left by the door. Can I make sort of my way edging around the edge of the room then towards the left?
Well, you're already by the daggers that are on the floor.
That's fine. So I'll move my excuse me. I'll move around towards the left, pick up the daggers along the way, and then just
green thing. What are you doing with those daggers? The cat sort of sits there looking towards you, its eyes fixed on you.
Guys talking.
useful.
Is the cat talking now, or is this?
Yes, I'm talking, fairy. What are you doing with my
Fucking
daggers?
cat's talking. What world are we in?
D&D.
Callum's world.
It's a magic cat.
He's an animagus.
What is an animagus?
It's when someone can turn into animals that win at will.
I am just a guardian of this treasure.
Who's tasked you to guard this treasure? Achilles kind of gets on his knees to have a look at the cat dead in the eyes, so it's like the same level.
I appreciate your deference to me in bowing. I'm surprised that your other friends have not bowed also.
Don't avoid the question.
I serve the master of this tomb.
Where is your master?
The master is deeper in. Appears to be rather hurt, but is getting stronger.
What's all the blood behind you then?
Oh, this is the blood that we use for recovery.
Can we poison that blood with the holy water?
I suggest you do not touch the blood.
That wasn't asked the question to the cat, sorry.
Gonna pour some holy water on it.
Oh, we're gonna have to take rid of the cat.
Are we going to
We're
kill
gonna
a cat now?
I have to kill the cat.
You-
Bye, bandit.
You can certainly try. I suggest you don't, though.
What's in the chest?
Which chest of which do you talk?
The one that's locked.
Who said it was locked?
Oh, I want to do a check. Oh, that's a bit risky, though, isn't it?
Well, Brantsar being next to it is just going to sort of tap the chest.
So as they tap the chest, the whole thing shakes, as if something's trying to get out of it.
Mad-Eye Moody.
I told you. Don't touch things in the room.
Is there any magic coming out of the vials or anything like that?
There's a faint aura of magic all throughout the room. So there isn't a single item in the room that isn't giving off some form of magic detection right now.
There's something in that chest as well.
Mm-hmm.
I feel like we're going to have to open it.
So you got an evil magical cat in the room, and you want to open up the chest to
We
suddenly.
don't know it's evil. We just know it's protecting something.
Hey, yeah, how do you know it's evil?
We're assuming he's evil because he's the
Okay.
cat in the room. So
It's your tilt.
Achilles,
No, the cat's evil, but how are we assuming what's in the chest is evil? It's
and
locked in a
Achilles,
chest for a
we're
reason.
not, but we're just saying you want to open up a box that's just shook and screamed.
Achilles asks the cat how loyal he is to his master and if he's being held against his will or not.
I was here long before the master came.
So
Long before.
this is your place then?
How old are you?
This, you could say. I've been here for 400 years, I believe.
Damn, got 9 lives.
And when did these vampires arrive?
Ooh, 150 years ago?
What was the
How do you
150 years ago, sorry?
The vampires arrived. How do you feel about sharing your domain with these vampires?
I have no control. I wish that I did. I
What are
served
you-
them.
What
Why
if
do
we
you
clear
serve
these,
them?
Say again?
what if we clear these caverns and you can have control of your home again?
Ooh. This I would be intrigued. How do you plan to do this?
How are you being controlled to begin with?
Old amulet of mine has been taken by one of them. Whoever possesses the amulet possesses the loot in this room.
What the amulet?
So
The cat's been here for some time then, so surely you would know this place sort of like the back of your paw. So is there any information that you can give us, or any clues to where they might be hiding?
I know this place like the back of my paw, yes. You must be careful. They have separated for now, but to get to them you must go through many, many, many more thralls. A monstrosity also walks the halls. You must be careful. If you go forward from here, you will walk into a trap. But I will not tell you
right
where this
trap?
trap is. If you go to the right, you may walk into more enemies. If you go to the south, back the way you came, and through the doors, you may find someone thought lost long ago.
Ooh, I reckon we go back.
if we help free you from this, if we help return your amulet, and would you let us take this treasure?
I will allow you to take one item from this room.
One item for freedom seems an unfair bargain, my friend. How about we say one each?
How about we say one item from this room?
You said whoever controls the amulet possesses the treasure room. So does that mean if we get hold of the amulet that we can take all of it?
If you wish to challenge,
And then give it to you.
If you wish to challenge me first to win it, then by all means.
Oh, sorry. So is the amulet around the cat? Is it like around the cat's neck?
No.
Oh.
Yeah.
On the moment, the other guy's got it, hasn't he?
It's with that master that's deep in that he's currently injured.
What was his name?
The vampire master.
Yeah.
His name is Leon.
Leon.
Haven't we had Leon?
Yeah, that was the head scribe that turned into a vampire.
Oh.
Scribe, what?
It was, yeah.
Mine went to Leon
was it?
Kennedy.
Oh, little fucker.
Leon Kennedy.
Mine went to Leon Kennedy, my head.
I don't know who that is.
Resident Evil.
What's through the door behind you?
If you continue through the door, you will be presented with a choice. Forward and follow the flow. Left, be surrounded at home. Right, face a palm of white.
So if we go back, we meet someone who thought they were lost. If we continue forward through, we're going to find more thralls. If we go through this door, we're going to be faced with a trap potentially. We can. I kind of just as party don't take anything until we have them. And I say, look, we need to get this amulet back first, and then we can decide what we'll do with this cat, whether to free him or keep him under our possession. And as I say possession, I take a look at the cat.
I have lived here for many centuries and hurt no one. My name is Denden.
Called what?
Denden.
Den. Mm.
Dun, dun, dun.
Who named you?
We will leave you to it, cat, for the time being until we get your amulet. Can you? And again, we do. Oh,
I think we lost Grant. No, we're back.
Go on. That's the wrong button.
Oh.
And then I kind of just we are no enemy though, cat. So please treat us with favor as we move forward.
I treat everyone with disdain. I am a cat.
All words have never been spoken.
All right, what does everyone want to do then?
So when you said go back, do you mean go back the way we came from, or come out of this room and go down the hallway?
Your choice is clear. You can either come back the way with which you came, or you can go through the doors and meet your fate.
Can we
Achilles has no problems in killing more children, so that's absolutely no problem for him to go forward.
If we go back, we find someone who we thought lost. So
yeah, but that could be like a ghost or something as well, couldn't it?
Could be.
Like
But there's no stopping going back and then coming back here to move forward.
Alexius pipes in and say, "It could be my missing assistant. Remember, we found the parchment."
I'm happy. Yeah, but I still think as Achilles says, I think his assistant's dodgy. So it just looks like so I don't trust you anything either, and just walks away.
Can I ask the cat if that rusty rod plugs the hole in the floor for like the recovery pool that it's going into?
The rusty rod used to be something much more than it is now. It could be repaired, and then it would be something new again.
What did it used to be?
A mighty magical spear.
Yeah.
So if we took that now and went and got it repaired, Right, can I just take that now? And I'll take.
You cannot take anything from this room.
But it's broken. It's not the item that it used to be.
It is mine. Threaten another item, and we shall be having problems.
I think the cat's at full strength though, because he hasn't got his amulet. I think it's risky giving him that. I think there's something bad's going to happen.
Why did you let the master take the amulet?
The master didn't take the amulet. He stole it. Many of them. There was more than a few.
So you were here for, what, 250 years?
What you see now is only 2 of a small number. There used to be hundreds. And it
But you were here for 250 years before the vampires?
Yes.
But have you always been a cat, or did they do something to turn you into a cat?
I have always been in this form.
And what did you do before the 400 years, or is that how old you are?
That is how old I am. I do not remember before.
It's quite strange seeing a talking cat. You're the first talking cat I've come across.
I'm sure that is the case.
Do you reckon there's a pie we might be able to split up then?
Oh, that's risky, isn't it?
I mean, let's not split up because we're already playing multiple characters.
Oh.
I'm only role playing myself.
To be fair, like, no, for example, if Bella Mac and Solazina, at least then I'm playing the 2 characters in the same vicinity, like, you know?
Let's try and keep together, considering the size of the importance of the task that we have to take on. We're great. It was 1 unit rather than 2 separate ones in a fight.
Yeah, I almost died against children, so I feel like I need some support.
We got 2 vampires that we know that we'll be going up against at some point, but we don't know where they are. So if we split up, suddenly it's just potentially 4 people against the 2 vampires. And the other 4 0 idea.
Yeah. Before we leave the cat, obviously we're looking to help you get your amulet back. Is that what you want?
I have lived for many, many years.
As you said, but come on, keep going.
I will live for many, many more. These vampires are just the passing of time. My amulet will be returned to me once or twice, but they will be returned to me. Either way.
What was this domain before the vampires came?
And
for the 250 years where you were patting her around by yourself? Or did you have family, friends?
Alone. Always alone.
Oh.
And you had this whole place to yourself?
This whole place was not built back then. Before it was my lair, though I have had subordinates.
I'm bored of the cat now.
At this point then the chest shakes again as soon as they say subordinates and starts crackling about.
See, I reckon there's someone in there that...
Is there anything, so just from a quick glance at the chest, because obviously the cat made an insinuation that it's not locked, so is there any way if we just sort of kicked it open?
So it has got a lock on it, but it's an old rusted lock.
Someone with strength, come on.
Is there a litter tray in the corner?
We're not breaking anything in the room.
No litter tray.
We're not breaking anything in the room. We're not threatening anything in the room. Achilles makes that perfectly clear to everyone.
Is there a litter tray in the corner, or just piss and shit? Or does it look like he comes out of this room to do his business?
Nothing. There's no evidence of it. Just moves about.
Does he stay in this room all the time? Like, are you always here in this room?
I move around every now and then. But mostly I stay in this room, protecting my treasure.
How long have you been a cat for? You've been around for nearly 500 years. Surely you weren't always a cat. Or something's happened in previous years then.
He reckons he was always a cat.
I've always been a cat.
What's that thing you can do to check he's not lying?
Insight
Insight.
check.
Can I do an insight check?
You can.
I've rolled.
Let's have a look. So you detect that he's telling a half-truth. He has always been a cat. But what type of cat?
So it's a backseat before.
Mm-mm.
Cool. I reckon we go out then. And go back the other way.
I don't know what that means. I don't know what it means. Catch me up a little bit. He's always been a cat, but he's only half telling the truth.
Yeah, so he could have been like a bigger cat or something like that before.
He can evolve, or it could be like his lesser form. He could transform into like a freezer or something like that.
Got to make that decision. What do you want to do? Are you going to stay in the room? Are you going to try and take anything? Are you going to move through the room? Or are you going to go back?
I'm gonna go back.
I don't. Hang on, I want to check then.
Cat scares Achilles and just kind of.
I want to, as Captain Sylvester, try and persuade him to tell us the truth.
Okay, go on then.
Yeah.
I don't know how to roll for him though. How do I roll it?
It'll be your D20, and then on Sylvester's sheet, he'll have like a little plus whatever to his
Yeah, I
persuasion.
got +6. Is it the top number?
+6.
17?
+6.
+6. 23.
No, we've got 11 plus 6, so that's 17.
11 plus 6.
So what do you want to
rolled
ask
11.
him?
I rolled a 17.
Oh, I can't. That hasn't come up for me.
No, I got dice.
You got dice to roll for him.
Oh, right, okay.
Then +6, 23.
Okay, so you got me 23.
So you got 23, yeah? What do you want to ask, Jess? One question you've
What?
got to ask.
Oh.
One question only.
Yeah, I'm thinking how I can get. Oh, how am I going to word it?
What type of cat were you?
Different. I was created once I was a cat, and then I was combined with others. Biomancers changed me with magic and science. I am different now. Morphed, changed. The strongest of those that were. But there are others that are weaker.
I don't know what that means, guys. I'm sorry. I'm so confused.
So he could have been a cat before, and then he's basically using magic and whatever. He was turned into this magical cat who lives forever and talks and shit.
And he's taken on the strongest, not of the people.
Yeah.
Is that what my understanding?
Yeah.
So is he kind of taken on the souls of other people?
I think we should just leave the cat.
Since at least.
We don't know enough information about this cat at this moment in time.
Okay.
Some questions.
I think we should go back.
I suggest you
As everyone leaves, Achilles kind of just takes a little bow as he walks out, closes the door behind him.
So there's no door to close, but as you walk out giving a little bit of a bow, the cat sort of straightens up and sort of gives a slight nod of his head. We will meet again.
No doubt.
You will not regret showing me respect. So you barely leave the room. It just goes quiet and the chest shakes once more then as you exit out the room. At this point,
As we leave the room and the cat's out of earshot, I turn to Alexios. I think your mate's in that locker, if I'm honest, mate.
What's that?
As we leave the room, I turn to Alexios and I think your mate's in that locker.
Alexius turns back and says, what they were referring to is something known as a crisis. The likelihood is that it may be an incredibly powerful one. I'd be very, very wary and very, very careful. You were wise to show deference to that creature.
It's a crisis.
What's that?
A crisis.
A crisis.
Not a Scooby-Doo.
What's that?
So this is what I described. So, in the deep sinkholes that serve as laboratories and guild halls for the Seismic Combine, biomancers employ a combination of magic and scientific method to create new, novel life forms. They coax new molliforges from existing creatures or combine traits from multiple organisms into one, producing the creatures known as crisis. Some crasses are unique creatures that can't reproduce, for you multiply and become part of the guild's standard menagerie.
So it's an X-Man. It's part of the X-Men is in the box. It's a mutant.
So essentially mutated, yeah.
Alright, cool.
So as you begin to move backwards through the dungeon, picking your way through the sort of collapsed rubble of the ceiling that you walked through previously and sludging through the blood-strewn ground of the barrels that you'd smashed to pieces, you end up back in the initial room. The water, stinking, green and menacing, runs smoothly through the old sewer system as you gather on the sort of right-hand path towards two double doors standing in front of you.
Can I move over to the right-hand side doors with Solazina?
You can, yeah.
From current perspective, do they look locked, or is there any locks on them at all?
So the doors themselves don't look locked, no.
I'll attempt to open one then as Bellamat.
Okay, can you make a dexterity saving throw for me, please?
Of course.
Did you not check for trap?
9.
No, he did not check for traps.
Oh god. Good job we've got shit out of hell.
Idiot! You saw what happened to me.
I've actually gone in there though. I've just tried opening it. So
as
Yeah,
you
I did.
so as you try opening it, the door swings open, flying backwards on its hinges before recoiling. As that happens, 6 arrows shoot out of the far opposing wall, striking you in the chest, causing 16 piercing damage.
Sorry, I shouldn't have.
ID
16.
the doors.
You green moron!
This ogre's knocking pillars down, taking arrows to the chest.
You're proving to be a bit of a liability in this dungeon. I'm not gonna lie.
Alright. Playing my character.
Play me character.
Achilles still carrying the kids. The vampire kid arm reaches it out to help him up.
Is the door still open then? After that,
You just slaps
Oh,
out
he just ignores me. Just ignores me. So Achilles slaps him with the hand and walks away.
Alright, can you do me a favour and roll for attack?
I'll do an unarmed strike.
Yeah, do an unarmed strike. Literally.
That's 24.
You got 24. Can you do the unarmed damage?
Oh no, that's horrible.
What'd you get?
I got max roll. It was like more of a slap. I didn't want to hurt him.
So you literally just smacked him and caused another bit of bludgeoning damage to him. I love it. So obviously Achilles has walked up with this child's arm that's been severed in his hand, walked up to Bellamont that has 6 arrows in his chest, and slapped him straight across the face with it.
As I didn't want to hurt him, I hand him one of my healing potions. I feel bad.
I appreciate that. Thank you.
What did you just slap the shit out of you?
So the door's open now. What do we want to do?
I ain't going in first again.
With Bellamont going gun-ho all the time, Brant's going to cast Enhance Ability for Bear's Endurance, so he gains 2d6 temporary hit points. So,
yeah.
Wasn't even going gung-ho, it was literally just attempting to open the door. Like,
you get 7 temporary hit points, and they last for an hour.
So it's not 10 turns, is it? Or is it just an hour in general?
Yeah, basically it's when Cal decides an hour's up.
Yeah, it'd be a while, yeah.
With that as well, Rogar is going to cast Shield of Faith over him, hoping that that will also protect him from his mind being taken over again. So he's going to cast Shield of Faith over him, which is a holy spell, I believe. He'll also get 2 extra AC points as well.
Okay, take that.
I've cast that, I don't know, yeah. So that's my concentration spell. So, if just so that you know that.
Yeah, so what that means is if we take damage, damage, we'll have to roll a Constitution check. The same with Brant as well.
Yeah, I'll just mark down that I've used 1 spell, so I can't update it.
Yeah.
Okay, just bear with me a moment. Okay, so what would you like to do now that you've cast that? So you've cast all of these spells on them. Where are we going from here?
We'll investigate the room that the door's just flung open onto. So I'll do a perception check on that.
Okay, so you're walking into the room, are you?
No, I'm just looking in.
Okay, so as you look in the room, if you want to do the perception check if you haven't already.
14.
Okay, so as you look around the room, you can't see that there's anything obvious that stands out to you. There's no items in the room apart from a pile of skull and bones that are sitting by the doorway. However, as you look deeper in, you can see that there's some kind of humanoid life form that's standing up against the wall, just twitching. A scroll has been hammered into their back, but they're just twitching up against the wall, not moving, just making a sound.
Scroll.
I turn to Alexius, like, do you recognise this guy?
Alexios moves forward. No, I don't recognise them.
Can we read the scroll? What language is the scroll in?
It's just too far away for you to be able to read at the moment.
God. Investigate. I'm gonna do another. Can I investigate the room?
So you've got to pick something specific for an investigation check. The room appears to be empty. There's no sort of out of place cobbles or anything that would give indication.
Is that a rug on the floor, like a circle?
Is it chalk markings?
I want to investigate the chalk markings.
Yeah, so carry an investigation check for me, please.
11.
So the chalk itself appears to not have any magical properties about it. It just appears to be normal chalk, but it's faded over time. You can see where it's been scuffed. So it looks like whatever's been in that room, or whatever is in that room, has moved about while it's been in there.
I don't know. This is beyond my fighter's knowledge. What is WP?
So
Zavros wants to go in and check where it fired the arrows, if it's got any more like ammunition there, or if it's like rigged to continually go, or anything like that.
So you're entering the room. Where to in the rooms do you want to go?
So the arrows came like this direction, was that?
Yeah, forward, straight forward.
So I'll try and sort of like sneak off to the sort of corner, try not to trip up on the bones and stuff, and keep to the edge of the wall so I can go around to towards where I think the trap would be.
Stealth check for me, please.
Stealth check.
Yeah. Okay.
22.
So as you come into the room, you quietly sort of step over the skulls and being very careful with your foot placement. You pad along the side wall, using the wall itself as cover, hugging tightly to it until you're in line with where the arrows would have come out of. You see 6 small slits that are in the wall. You can see sort of embed deeper into the wall. You can't see any further arrows in them, so it doesn't look like they're set to go off, but it could be that the wall is hollow, or that there's a contraption on the other side of it.
Who's got the burglar's pack?
Jess has got it. Ariana.
The bag of ball bearings.
So at this point,
Yeah.
as you're talking, it starts to the creature starts to move. It's turned about and it's walked over to the other far corner, shuffling on its feet before stopping dead in the other corner, facing the wall.
The fuck is that?
So the bag of ball bearings, is that like a closed bag? Or is it like an open bag?
You could open it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, Ariana, can you chuck me over the bag so I can use the ball bearings?
Yes, I'm gonna chuck that over to you.
Keep the ball bearings. Achilles shall keep the ball bearings and just throws you the arm of the child.
There's like 1,000 of them. So the holes in the wall, how big are the holes?
Probably just about that big, so enough for an arrow to pass through.
So I'm in the box, they're proper arrows then.
Yeah, so they're proper arrows.
Do you still want them?
No, I wouldn't have bothered then. What I was hoping to do is try and like plug up the holes with the ball bearings if they were like small enough.
Just moving.
Are you in the? You're in the room now, yeah? And there's
Yeah.
you can see this guy, yeah?
Yeah. So what's the guy look like? So you said he's got a scroll hammered in his back.
Yes, he's got a scroll hammered in his back. His left leg is shuffling sort of behind him as if it's injured. Sorry, I'm trying to get the door back to where it should be. So his left leg is sort of hanging behind him, and his skin is mottled, like grey and white, and it's this horrible sort of drowned look about him. And they move forward, they slam the door shut and keep on moving until they're standing over the bones. So you're locked in the room with them right now.
Who's in the room?
Just me. So where those holes are, if I try to sort of look towards them, can I see like another arrow waiting, or?
As you peer in, you can't see another arrow waiting, no.
Cool. I'll take a little like quick step over to the other side then.
Yeah,
Anything go off?
nothing went off.
Sweet. And I'll basically, as this guy's moving, I'll try to sort of like move counter to him. So as like he goes over to this corner, I'll go to the next corner so I can make my way back to the doors then.
Yeah, so he's moved over to that now, yeah.
Cool. And I'll make my way back to the nearest door and come back out of the room.
Yeah, if you can do a dexterity saving throw for me, please.
Oh, God.
Oof. 8.
8. Okay, wait there. Okay, so as you push on the door itself recoils backwards as if it was also rigged to fire. Instead of arrows coming out, though, because there were no holes, the door itself flies back with the metal, smacking you in the chest, causing 9 bludgeoning damage.
Oh, it's...
Is that door now open?
The door is now open, yeah.
Right, cool. I'll come out looking a little hurt. Did I notice anything in the room while I was in there of like any sort of importance other than the holes in the wall?
No, the parchment is a potential one of importance, but it's on the back of the creature.
Yeah.
Do we need that?
Achilles kind of raises the question: why is this room so heavily guarded?
Yeah. So I mean, it might be worth trying to get that parchment. But if we do that, we know that the one door is going to fire arrows at us.
Yeah.
The other one has. What was it that was on the door? So as I opened it, what did like something come down to hit me, or?
No, so as you pushed on the door, if you'd pushed from the opposite direction, the tripwires would have flown it open, and then the 6 arrows would have hit you whichever door you went through. Because you pushed on the door, the tripwire flew the door backwards into your chest instead, where the arrows would then pass through.
Cool. So if we pull the door open when we go in, it would fling back shut. So if we're on this side of the room, like the outside of it, and we pull the door open rather than push it, because I had to push it to come out, it would fling back behind us then.
On this side, obviously we're on this side of the door now, and the traps have gone off. Can we attempt to disarm it?
Yeah. So if we
can do that with
slowly.
Mage hand. Or mage hand, or whatever you say it.
Yeah. Well, mage hand to open the door, and then
it allows you to disarm traps at range.
We should do that.
I'll do that then. So I don't know how to use it. It's just one of my things that I get as a trait.
It's a cantrip.
Is it? Let me have a look.
It should be.
It's just one of my traits.
Yeah.
If you go into spells, it should be listed on your spells.
Do you reckon it's worth before disturbing the creature?
No, it's not on there, but it's on my traits.
Yeah, it's just because it's something you can cast and use.
Oh, and you can just cast it at will. Fair enough.
Yeah.
Yeah, and I can cast it at will.
Cool. What do
So
you
I'm
do?
going to do that and disarm. Yeah.
So you're going to disarm any traps in the room, yeah? So there isn't any traps for you to disarm. They've already been set off. So there's the 2 on the 2 doors.
So it's not a case where it's like reset the trap.
No, it hasn't. No, yeah, it's literally when you open the doors, they set the trap off.
Right, well, that's one way to disarm them, I guess.
Yeah, you have disarmed them with your face.
So, yeah, are we just rushing this guy?
I was just gonna say, maybe before like disturbing him, you was following him around the room. Could you get close enough to like see if you can maybe read the parchment that's already on his back without actually disturbing it? If it's facing.
Or maybe Ariana can use that mage hand to grab the parchment out of his back.
True.
Yeah. Yeah.
Do a sleight. If you're gonna go do that, I want a sleight of hand check.
Yeah. That's fine. It does actually say that if I'm gonna grab anything.
I know. I played your character for a little bit, so I know your character better than anyone else's.
Not a bad roll.
It's not actually coming through to me.
15.
What was it?
15.
15. Okay, so you're going to try and take it off their back without them noticing it, yeah?
I'm actually going to roll for acrobatics. No, I'm not going to do stealth.
Okay,
I'm
go
actually
for
going
it.
to try and do it with a stealth roll.
Okay, go for it.
Oof, 23.
23.
Okay, so as you sneak into the room, you sort of use your mage hand and cast this ethereal corporeal hand begins to move across the room. It rests on the side of the parchment, and you can see that it's almost moulded into their skin, so you have to dig in and tear part of their skin off. So as they're walking, they begin to sort of twitch more as it's happening. So as the parchment's coming off, you go... And then a small tear and the parchment's coming with you out of the room, and it continues on its rounds.
Okay. Do we need to look at what that parchment says now?
Okay, so you're going to keep the doors open, and you're going to shut them, and then you're just going to read it.
Did
Yeah.
we disarm the trap?
We did, yeah,
Yeah.
with your head.
But
I reckon we should shut the doors and then investigate the parchment.
Yeah.
Okay,
Shall I
yeah.
investigate? I've got it.
So you don't need to investigate it because you can read the
Yeah.
language on there.
Okay, banging.
So on there, it reads, "Beware. You stand in the presence of a mind flayer. Beware, if you were this close, you are in mortal danger. Run." In capital letters.
Mind Flayer.
was that what? Oh no, I was trying to. That was Rogar's last story. Don't worry.
So the mind flayer was used in Stranger Things.
Yeah, no, I can't remember whether Rogar's one was like a beholder or a mind flayer that he was trying to hunt for the last campaign.
Yes, yeah, it was, yeah.
I think we should lock this door then.
Cool. So should we like back away from this room? Have
Yeah.
we got any the doors? So like with your lockpicks,
Mm.
the way that you're able to jam the locks instead.
What would that be under?
Why don't you set the trap back up?
Yeah. So with the tripwires, so did the tripwires snap?
They did, yeah.
Cool. So when it's over in like the opposite corners of the rooms, can we put those tripwires back?
You can put the tripwires back, yeah.
And then we'll put the parchment on the door on the outside then. So we've marked it.
Yeah, that's fine.
Also means if the worst comes to worst and another party is sent down here, they know not to bother with the room.
So what Grant is basically saying is if all of your characters die and you have to come back down you with new characters, they know not to go in the room.
Great.
Or we can release it.
Or
Or if we're running out later, we can release it quickness on them.
Okay. So as you hammer, sort of you get a metallic doom, doom, doom as you hammer the parchment into the door. Because I'm assuming you wanted to hammer it onto the door, yeah?
I was hoping to just sort of kind of
Stick it there.
press it, use like a dagger or something like that, just to sort of slowly press into the door.
Yeah. Oh, I'm yawning too much. Then again, we got in at 3 o'clock, didn't we? So,
Wild hogs.
No, you didn't. You left about 1:45. Jordana didn't leave till 3:30.
oh, yeah. Right, 2 again. 2 then. Stab the sort of dagger into the door and you begin to work it into it. Obviously, you have to leave the dagger there just to make sure that it stays put, otherwise it's going to keep falling.
Someone's lost the dagger.
But as you're doing it, you can no longer hear shuffling in the room. It seems to be quiet again.
It's cool.
Achilles goes and checks these 2 doors. I don't know why I'm shaking my mouse over them. No one can see that. But
Okay. So you move over to these 2 doors, yeah?
yeah, I was gonna investigate for traps first.
Specifically, are you looking to investigate anything about the doors?
I'm just gonna look at them intensively to see if they got any warnings on.
So the rogues will have
You want-
thieves kits, which contains like small mirrors and stuff like that. So you can go underneath the door and check for any wires and that.
All right, open it.
Gone.
So I reckon you should open it.
And I'm just egging Achilles on. Whoa. Just push it open.
What do you want me to use?
In a second,
mate.
Just open the door.
Achilles strokes the door with his child's hand.
Oh dear.
If you want to roll for a perception check for me then, Achilles.
13?
Okay, so the door itself appears to be made of a solid metal. It's fitted into the sort of stone arch of it, so you're not able to fit anything underneath because it's a fitted door. The door itself doesn't appear to have anything out of place on the left or the right. The doors themselves don't appear to be taunt as the doors were earlier when you looked at them and the traps were set off. So they're fitted into the wall and they are very still. There's nothing specific on these doors.
I'm just going to open it. If we can't check or anything, I'm just going to open the door. Yeah, I'm just going to see wiggle the. I don't know what kind of lock it is.
Yeah. So as you open the door, it opens into a long corridor.
And you're in total blackness.
As I didn't get shot with arrows, I look at Bellamac and be like, yeah.
Fuck you.
I'm just going to come back and take the arrows out of.
Yeah, so as you walk over, you take the 6 arrows out of Bellamac, so you're able to keep them. You're allowed to keep them if you want to pocket them. Ariana might need the arrows.
Yeah, that's a good shout.
What does this room look like? Have we got just a long corridor?
So,
Oh, God.
forgive me, Jesus, I can't stop yawning. Roll a perception check for me.
Oh, 7.
Okay, so it does just look like a long, dark corridor when you look down there.
Okay.
Do you reckon it's worth getting Ariana to hover down it? So obviously we don't hit any tripwires on the floor. Maybe do a better perception check as well from here. Just an idea.
I'm.
Through the next set of doors?
No, just for the corridor. Just for this corridor.
As I can't see anything, Achilles is just going to kind of trundle forward because he has luck that you just can't see. So, keeping him within the role play of it.
I'll come up behind as well.
Can you not use dark vision first?
He hasn't got dark vision. I have.
Oh.
Yeah, that our characters. We don't need to like roll.
What's Captain Sylvester got? Has he got dark vision?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Captain Lester.
How do I see that on there? Okay, can Captain Sylvester go in and use his dark vision?
You
Although
can,
yeah. Yeah.
So Captain Sylvester pushes his way past the doors, this long flowing Damphia hair sort of passing by. You can hear it sort of swinging. As he moves into the room and he opens up, he tells you that he can see it's not just a corridor. There are 3 recesses parallel on either side that are very small, narrow slits.
God. So I turn to Captain. So is it a trap then?
What's that?
But Achilles turns to him and goes, "Oh, could it be a trap?"
Possibly. Could be a trap.
So can I use my mage hand and
Yeah, so what do you want to do?
disarm?
Okay, so you can't see anything specific to disarm at the moment. You can carry out a search, so you can carry out a perception check, sorry.
Do you have dark vision, as Ariana? Or are you going to do
No.
it as Captain Sylvester? This has got dark vision.
Yeah, I was going to do it as Captain Sylvester. That's whose profile I'm on.
So it'd be your
He's
D20.
a rogue. He's a rogue, isn't he?
Yeah, he's
Yeah.
a rogue, yeah.
It'd be D20 plus his modifier for
Oh.
perception.
Oh, sorry, he hasn't got. Sorry, he's not got the spell.
What spell? Oh, Mage Hand.
Yeah, no, sorry, he hasn't got it. So I thought he had similar to me.
No, he went a different
Type of rogue.
rogue.
Yeah, he's not got it.
I've got a slight problem.
Can he guide? Can he guide my, like, the hand? Help me guide it.
Do aid. So rather than
Yeah.
you have, because you couldn't see, it would be disadvantage. And then with Captain Sylvester aiding you, it would
Yeah.
then give you advantage. So it'd be just like a straight roll.
Yeah.
So-
So can we do that? So we work together.
Yeah.
What do I need to roll for that though? Because
So it'd be if you're using like your tools, it's going to be a dexterity check plus. Did you get expertise with your thieves' tools, or did you go expertise with a skill?
How would I know that? My expertise or your proficiency bonus is doubled for any ability check you make using chosen proficiencies.
Yeah. Yeah, so if you go features and traits, it will show you proficiencies, and it does it show you if there's one there for expertise as well?
No, insight, acrobatics, sleight of hand, and stealth.
Right, cool. So be a dexterity check plus your proficiency bonus,
Okay.
which will be a +3.
So
17.
14, 3.
Yeah.
It's 17.
Let's have a look. So 17, yeah? So as you're hovering your mage hand along the corridor, being guided by Captain Sylvester, the recesses themselves you use the mage hand to look through. But as you move sort of further up the recess as you're gripping it, you see that along each of the recesses there's a wire hanging from the ceiling directly above, attached to something in the 3 recesses. So using your tools, you snap all 3 of the wires, and 3 gigantic axes drop from the recesses onto the floor.
Okay, good. Good teamwork.
Do these axes look like they're just like big great axes, as in like you could wield them as a 2-handed weapon, or are they like bigger than that?
Big great axes, so a bit bigger than the normal great axe like that you would get in a shop.
They are, Harry.
These wicked black looking. What's that?
Oh no, I was saying to the party, like, leave them there and get them on the way back, rather than.
Do they upgrade your current great axe?
So what is your current? What's your current great axe, Bellamac?
Oh, I don't have a great. I got a great sword. I have. So my great sword is a 2d6 plus 6 damage.
Yeah, then it's not stronger.
Yeah, but we could always get them on the way back. Put them on the donkey and sell them or something, you know.
Oh yeah, we didn't need the donkey.
Donkey.
I called him as well on the little D&D Beyond like extras. Is Donkey.
Donkey.
Oh, donkey. Yes.
Alright, cool. Should we go up and check these 2 doors as well?
Yeah.
Yeah, so you confidently walk up the corridor now that the traps have been disabled, and you're now at the next set of doors.
Check the door traps.
It sounded like Hodor then.
Who's checking it?
As well.
Do that with mage hand and then Captain Sylvester guiding me? Yeah?
Yeah? So, if you want to roll for it.
Yeah. Same. 17.
Okay, so after checking the doors, they're the same as the others. They don't have any specific traps that are on them, but you can hear in the background the shuffling of 2 padded feet. So you just hear the... And you hear sort of a whispering. So... You can't make out what's being said.
Cover your ears, Bellamac.
Is there any keyholes that can be seen through at all?
No keyholes.
I kind of turn to the party and then suggest element of surprise, attack, and stun.
I know. I just going off the back of what you said then about covering your ears. Didn't not you, but the 2 other characters put something on me. I think one of Grant's other characters.
Yeah.
I just cast that. I cast Shield of Faith, but I'm not 100% sure that's going to protect you.
Yeah, no. So I think that gave me an extra 2 AC, but I think the other character the Grant's playing, I think it's Ben's character, casted something.
Yeah, it just gave you an extra. No, so it's enhanced ability. So you had like 7 temporary HP for the hour, and I think that's it. Let me double check that. Yeah. Oh, advantage on any Constitution checks as well.
Yeah, I just cast that because it's a holy spell, and as against vampires, it was, might have a positive effect. I don't know that that's going to help, but it's not my character. So.
We can only see. We can only see.
Right, so I would, as obviously we can't investigate behind the door. We've got to go in.
Can we got the thieves pack though with the small mirrors, so can we not use
The
that?
fitted doors, are they fitted doors like the ones at the
They're
bottom?
fitted doors, yeah. All the doors are the same that you've come across.
Oh, okay. What about opening the door just slightly then and using a mirror then? Could we try that?
Yeah, you can, yeah.
And like a little stealth thing.
Yeah, so if you want to roll for stealth.
Yeah, I'll do that. If Ariana's still got the robbers pack, haven't she?
She has, yeah.
Yeah.
Alright, I'm just gonna ask her to pass of one of those small mirrors if she's got one in there, which I'm assuming she should.
Yeah. No, trust you.
Stealth.
I'll flit her over to you.
Oh, 10.
Okay. So as you open the door, it's sort of, you put more force in it than you think, and the door slams open instead against the far wall. So as you do that, you can hear the whispering stop. And as the whispering stops, you see sort of a man in a red cloak standing next to a fireplace. And as the whispering stops, he sort of turns and looks at you. Who are you? What are you doing here? I haven't seen faces for a long time.
Oh, we just stumbled into this room. We just stumbled down here.
What are you? You're big and green and you're different. I've never seen you before. Kryn Dynasty maybe, possibly looking at you?
Half orc.
How can you be half orc? Intriguing. Okay.
Did he mention the Kryn Dynasty then?
What's that?
What did he say about the Kryn Dynasty?
He thought I was Kryn Dynasty.
Yeah, it's because the bulk of orcs, goblins, that side of stuff of like living Kryn Dynasty.
Okay.
Intriguing.
So-
Where are your friends? Are you alone? Are you going to come in? So you can see that they've got a very pale face and their body seems very drawn in. So they've got a young complexion looking at them. So they look very young but very drawn, very haggard. And their eyes are wild looking at them.
As we all, I'm assuming we're all slowly moving into the room now. Can I roll for a perception check just to get a sense of the room and kind of the state that it's in?
Yeah.
But 7.
7. So the room itself appears to be quite dishevelled with a number of bodies and corpses sort of littered around, as well as jars and bottles that have been stacked with an old fireplace. But nothing else you can sort of discern looking around when you take a quick glance. So you sort of look back to you and goes, you looking for something? Anything important? Anything that sort of strikes your fancy? Alexius seems to be stunned into silence at this point. Caster? Caster, is that you? Alexius! It's been a long time. I haven't seen you for, what have I been gone now? A year? It's been a long time since I saw you, Alexius. Alexius sort of looks baffled and stunned.
So what actually? How did you end up down here? Like what happened?
Well, Alexius sent me to come and look for the vampires, and I think that I found something much more interesting. I found a potential cure for vampirism. I have. It's crazy, but possibly.
What's the potential cure?
A potion, an elixir. It seems to be some kind of contagion rather than a curse. as we've always previously thought. Who would have ever thought to have a look and see whether or not the holy water contains some sort of minerals that are mixed into it to make it holy water rather than the actual blessings? Well, combine it with vampire blood, combine it with holy water, and all of a sudden you start to get the right combination.
How have you survived here for a year?
Well, you see, I don't know. I'm not hungry, I'm not thirsty, and I never get tired. I mostly wander, collecting ingredients and working on my projects. I don't remember the last time I slept.
Have you come up against the vampires at any point?
Oh, they found me once, but I don't remember what happened. I just remember waking up. Perplexed. I'm perplexed. He sort of goes back into deep thought.
You said he was a bit withdrawn. Is there any noticeable features on him that, like, potentially give him a way to have sort of some form of vampirism?
Perception check.
5.
Nothing. You can't see properly because he's moving around too quickly for you to focus on any aspect of his body specifically.
So how have you tested this cure?
Well, I may have done. You see a lot of bodies around this room? No.
Yeah, I see a few.
Mm-hmm.
Were they vampire before, or?
They were vampires before, not anymore.
You're saying this cure, are you sure it's just not killing the vampires?
Well, is that not a form of cure? No, you imbecile. I have saved a vampire or two. Sent them back topside.
What were their names?
Isabel? And Doran.
Okay. Have you come across any cats in your time being in here?
You're talking about Den. Den's den. Yeah, be very careful about Den. Very careful about Den. Did you
Why?
take anything off Den?
No.
Did you meet his subordinates?
No.
Good. Probably not a good idea. Stay away from Den's den. Did you make any agreement with him?
No agreements, but we did offer to help him.
Ooh.
But he didn't seem that bothered about accepting.
He never does, Den, to be fair. He just wants you to get him his amulet back, I suppose.
He didn't seem that bothered anyway. It seemed like he thought he would come back to him eventually, as it was.
Oh, he's smart. Very smart. Yes, the items in that room are all very tantalizing. Did he tell you how much was in the chest?
No, but he said we could take one item in the room if we returned his amulet to him.
Oh, most people look at the chest of gold, see, and they think, oh, I'll take that.
We're probably more interested in the screaming box the other side, if you saw that. If you know anything about that.
Say again?
Probably more interested in the screaming box.
Oh, his subordinates. Yes, you don't want to meet his subordinates.
Have you met the subordinate?
I've seen the subordinates, yes. There's a whole room down here dedicated to the bodies of his subordinates' playthings. No one's seen Den fight, though. Nobody wants to see Den fight. Even the vampire lords at their most powerful left Den. They had to steal his amulet, not even fight him.
Oh, well, we paid nothing but respect to Den.
Oh, you've been very good. He may repay that in kind later.
So why are you trapped here?
Oh, I'm not trapped here. I can leave whenever I choose to. But I've got work to do, you see.
What work?
Well, perfecting my cure. I'd love to try it on a vampire lord and see if I can change them. So far, I've only been able to change thralls back.
And since you originally met the vampires and then woke up, have they ever come back to you?
No, they tend to leave me to it, I've noticed. Even the thralls are no longer bothered by my presence.
But obviously, I take it you stayed in here by choice then, not exactly being captured.
Well, Alexius gave me a task to do, and I must complete that task. The Master Lapidus will not be too happy. I heard he's just got a daughter.
That's got a daughter.
Yes! His daughter's only just been born.
That must have been what the crying was at the palace then.
Crying?
Well, yeah, she's just been born. Must have been baby cries that we heard.
Yes, it's more than likely. She does seem the type to cry quite a bit. But yes, I stay here by choice.
So, how old is the magistrate, roughly?
Oh, the magistrate must be in his late 50s by now.
Sorry, Cal. not to the. I fucking forgot his name again already. But the actual magistrate, how old do we think she is?
What, are we talking to me now?
Yeah.
So the actual magistrate's in her sort of late 30s, early 40s.
So it's been about 30 to 40 years, and there's actually been a. Okay. So you said the thralls aren't bothered by you either?
No, they leave me be. I can walk right by them. Easy to cure them. I just walk up and stab them with this needle from this bottle and, well, they either die or they come back.
How many of your serums have you got ready to go?
7 serums.
Can we have some to take with us?
No, they're mine!
Okay.
Well, I mean, we could try
No,
your
they're mine!
vampire lords. So can I see a needle, like, prepared, or is there just like a needle to one side?
There's like a needle that's on his belt. You can see hanging from like a strap on there.
It's just that one.
Yeah.
Okay.
So what, he won't give us those potions.
No.
All right. I'm gonna start to try and take them.
Okay, go with disadvantage because he's watching them because you've already asked about him.
All right. I'll wait a minute then till he's talking to someone else.
No, he's
Don't think it
laser,
worked like
he's
that.
focused on them because he thinks you're going to take them.
Can I? Wow, looking around,
It's
just
to
a bit
distraction.
stunned.
What's that?
Someone needs to cause distraction.
Is Alexia still looking a bit stunned?
Yeah, Alexius is like standing back, sort of stunned, and has walked through into the corridor and is leaning against the wall right now.
Right, okay.
Oh, hang on.
Hang on.
Oh,
So Captain Sylvester is going to use invisibility to touch me, so I become invisible.
Okay, yeah. But you're doing this right in front of him.
Oh, yeah.
He's
okay.
literally watching you. You're
I'm
gonna...
thinking, okay? Hang on. Thinking out loud. They would be really useful, though, wouldn't they?
They would be very useful. While Jess is thinking, or Ariana's thinking, sorry. Achilles kind of nudges Alexios and be like, "Isn't that what you're looking for?"
Not necessarily, no. I didn't expect to find him alive, but he should be looking a lot older than he does.
Do you want to talk to him?
What can I say? I sent him down here.
I'd start with sorry.
This isn't the caster I remember.
Well, maybe try and bring those memories back. Have that conversation.
He walks back into the room.
Is there like a table or something like that here, or like chairs or anything like that?
No tables, no chairs. I know what you're looking at there, but that's just the floor. No tables, no chairs. It's just the bottles, tons of sort of skeletons that have been desiccated, and there's a bunch of sort of pottery in the back corner.
And where do you rest?
I don't rest. I told you, I don't eat, I don't drink, I don't sleep. Just keep going. And going and going and going. I don't remember the last time I slept.
You've not gone outside to get some fresh air? I mean, it must be quite stuffy in here.
I have work to do.
Can anyone do a sense magic? Because he seems quite, like you said, he hasn't slept, hasn't eaten.
Yeah, has Bradsar still got his detect magic up?
He does, but he's not detecting magic from him.
I'm going to use my mage hand then. Because I can put it into invisible.
So what are you going to do, sorry? Your mic keeps cutting out for me, Jess.
I was going to use my mage hand.
Could do, yeah.
You can put it as it's invisible. Do we want all of them? Where am I going to put them?
It's up to you. What do you want to do?
Yes, the mage hand's invisible, but it doesn't. And the vial's invisible. So just be further away.
I walk over to this side of the room.
You can, yeah.
Now, so the body, is it an actual skeleton or is it just a body?
It's an actual skeleton.
Sorry, I think I've missed a bit. Where's Alexios?
He's back now. He's sort of standing stunned still at the back of the room.
So he needs that cure, doesn't he?
Well, I think Caster's been turned. Maybe we need to...
I also think it's just a poison.
Possibly. It would be a good way to test it.
What, is using one of those vials on him?
Yeah, I could grapple him.
Those sort of jarred vases at the backhand corner.
Yeah.
From what we can see, do they look anything in particular, or are they just kind of like dusted old urns almost?
Run a perception check again.
Alright, I'm going to get Solazina to do this. I'm playing as Solazina now. It's still a +1, but I'm just going to use my character to roll a minute.
I love how we're all using everyone else for the risky shit.
You've been a very sort of risk-averse party ever since getting smacked in the face by those doors.
Did you see perception check, did you say, Cal?
Yeah.
Right, so if this wants to roll.
Just so that you know, Cal, I've probably got an hour left.
It was 10 overall.
We're going to run it up until 1:30 anyway. So I've still got tons to do today.
Fine. That's more than enough time for me, that's fine.
So as you have a look over at the pottery, you notice that the white sort of larger one of the pottery has red dripping down from the top of it.
Just the one of them, is it?
Just the one of them.
A little on the blood.
He's going to get a drink.
Could I... So Solazina got... Let me just double check this. I think Solazina got telekinetic movement.
She does, yeah.
Can I use Solazina's telekinetic movement to, like, move the small piece or the small urn and kind of like push it up against the wall, almost to try and distract caster.
You can, yeah. Go for it.
Does it say I need to roll anything?
Nope, not with hers. So you just got to push it up against the far wall, yeah, and smash it.
Yeah, just gonna sort of smash up against the far wall. Yeah.
Okay. So as you lift the white urn up, it begins to sort of shake and caster turns round. As the white urn is lifted, you throw it against the far wall. It clatters into it, blood spraying absolutely everywhere. And as the blood sprays everywhere, what?
Sorry, I said the small red one. I was
Right, the small red one. Okay. So as you lift the red one up and slam it against the far wall, it sort of shatters, scattering across the sort of stone cobbles underneath. And Caster turns himself around and sort of looks back to you. Don't touch it!
That didn't strike.
Touch it again. Take anything of mine, and you'll die in this room. And at this point, you see the two fangs come out on his mouth.
So can I roll persuasion? Not persuasion. Deception. And say that we've taken care of the vampire lord. He's already dead. We can leave now.
You can, but you do it as disadvantage because you've already told Caster that you want to use his cure on one of the vampire lords. So you're gonna.
There we go. Ooh. 22.
22. The vampires are dead.
Well, we killed one. And one's captured, waiting to be brought out into the sunlight.
Ooh, where? Where?
It's just at the top of the entrance. We were hoping that we could maybe use your cure, test him, and then we can question him outside.
Ooh, I've always wanted to use my cure on one of them. Come on, then, let's go. Where are we going?
So that it's just out the front.
At the front? Okay, follow me. And at this point, he goes over, grabs his crate, and starts walking off with it.
Well, as he's sort of walking past, can I try a sleight of hand check to grab the needle off him?
You can, yeah.
Stop it.
16.
Okay, so you do manage to grab the needle off him.
Sweet. Alright, cool. Start following him out then.
Yeah, so he's carrying the bottles in front of him, and he's storming ahead. He's moving straight towards the entrance as quick as he can.
Cool. Before he starts going up that little tunnel, I try and say, can I check one of those bottles? I'll do it in front of you. I'm not going anywhere. I just want to see the bottle. I'm interested in all apothecary and...
You don't like to touch my balls!
Like this. Sorry?
You can't touch them, only I can touch them. They're my balls.
That's okay. Can you hold the bottle and...
No! They're my balls. No.
I mean, they're your bottles. I just want to see them.
Touch them.
Okay, cool. I'm just going to make a grab for one.
Okay, so as you make a grab for one, so are you all out front now, yeah?
Yeah.
No. Hang on, where's Stavros?
I followed Zavros.
I'm in that room with all the vials. I'm going to take the vials.
No, the vials are gone.
He's taking the vials with him. I was hoping he'd grab the one bottle, but he grabbed the whole crate.
So, what's left in that room?
Just the skeletons.
Yeah, okay, go with him.
Is everyone going with them?
Is there any way that we can... I don't know. Can I guess Olazina and Belamac to do another perception check around the skeletons and around the room just to see if there anything is of interest?
Yep, so if you're staying to do a perception check, who else is moving?
I'm going to move. Where is he? Is he facing Zavros?
He's over here, so Zavros is over here, facing Zavros at the moment. And then everyone else has come.
I'm going to float up, and I'm going to float behind him.
Okay, So he's just put his hand on the... Have you brought Captain Sylvester with you, or are they staying?
Who's left behind?
Bellarmac and Solazina.
Solazina.
No. Bring Captain Sylvester along as well.
Okay, can you drag him along for me, please?
I don't think that's not.
I don't have that. Sorry.
Oh, dear God. I don't know what's happened there.
Oh,
You
we've
blew
turned
the
desert.
dungeon. You blew the dungeon up.
Hang bang it. Oh, I'm good, didn't I? Yeah, there we go. Fixed.
So you tried to snatch it off him.
Yeah,
Okay.
I was going to snatch a bottle off him, whack the syringe down into the bottle, and draw serum up.
Okay.
I'm going to
So
try
it-
and attack it, basically.
So as you do that, a massive scream erupts from his mouth. So he's, "Don't you touch my balls! Help! All of you come to my aid!" As you do that, the doors where Bellarmac and Solazina are still in the room fly open immediately. And as they do, thralls come pouring in rapidly.
Oh crap! Need to go back there then.
But you're too far back to hear this happening. So Solazina...
Oh, never mind. I was going to say, can me and Solazina quickly try and hold the door shut on them at all, or no?
No, they've thrown that open. And they've
Alright.
streamed into the room on all sides of you.
John's gonna be pissed.
Alright, we're going to have to... This will be fun. So, can we try and get through the doors back into the hallway?
You can, but we're gonna be rolling for initiative in a minute before we end the episode. But they're all gonna gain advantage on attack on you if you try to run away.
Right, okay.
Could be worth it.
Could be. Especially on yourself as you've got the shield. Solazina, I don't know what things she's got on her, but
Do you know what I like? Because actually, because they obviously casters' voices reach far enough for them to hear, I'll allow the Bellarmac and Solazina's voices and cries for help will allow you to hear as well.
Can I, as the half-orc, can I just let out, like, a huge roar then? So, like...
Alert them? Yeah, you can, yeah.
Yeah, alert them.
Okay, so they let out a massive roar to sort of alert you, and you hear Bellarmac screaming from down in the sort of depths of the dungeon.
oh, but we don't.
I'm just on one track. It's just a case of grab a bottle, fill the needle, and then stab him with it.
Okay, so that's what you're planning to do, yeah?
Yeah.
Okay, so if you can roll for an unarmed strike to see if you're able to plunge the needle into him.
Oh
22.
my god!
Okay, so you do manage to stab the needle into them. So they sort of let out this sort of hurt cry, and as you do so, you see that they sort of start to crumble. Their skin begins to draw in across their bones, and they collapse to the floor and lie still.
Oh, that cure don't work.
So we've killed them. Can we take?
Right, is he dead?
Well, I mean,
Please,
he's
back.
crumbled to the floor right now.
We kind of need to check.
Can we
his death.
take? Okay. Check he's dead.
Yeah, we need to check he's dead.
Okay, so you're going to carry out a medicine check?
Yeah. No fucking hell.
Okay, so as you lean down and you notice the mottled grey, white sort of complexion of them, you don't detect any pulse, you don't detect any signs of life from them.
can we take the remaining syringes and fill them up with the antidote or whatever he's got?
Yeah, you've still got 6 of them.
Okay. Let's keep 2 for the head vampire one. Let's try and use some as we go, maybe in like a last situation.
Sure.
And then we kind of move back towards the screams of our ogre.
Okay, so because you are in a situation where combat has just started, I'm going to start the encounter. And I want you to roll for initiative, and you are limited to your normal movement where you are to get back to them.
Oh, okay.
Initiative.
Yeah, I'll roll 2 initiatives.
No, wait, I've got to put together first. I didn't expect you to go down this course of action.
How do I roll it for Captain Sylvester? What dice?
D20, and then he should have like a little initiative count then. So where you normally click yours to roll it, you just do your D20 and add his modifier.
He's the same as me.
Oh, there you go. You can just roll yours twice.
Okay, so he's got...
plus 5 as well.
Just do like yours first, and then
Yeah.
yeah.
Okay, and fire. Let me just... Okay, so started the encounter. Can you all run for... or can you just do initiative for me, please, now?
My first one's me.
Yeah, if you roll initiative on yours, this should count. Yeah, there we go.
And then I can roll again on mine because me and...
Oh, I actually, I'm saying that I can do the rolls for all of them.
Oh, there you go.
And then it'll actually go into the encounters then. View.
So Jess, as rogues, I think you can do dash as bonus.
Yeah, you can.
So you can do movement, action dash, bonus dash, I think. Oh no, I think it's just you can do.
So it's a bonus action is cunning action, so it's a dash.
Yeah.
Take a dash, disengage, or hide action
Don't
as a
need-
bonus. So I can move twice then. That's right.
There we go. And that is the initiative order sorted for our next episode now. Oh, apart from me, I need to do me.
Yeah, don't forget yourself.
Yeah, it would help if I keep forgetting I've got a character. There you go. Okay, so we're in a position where at the end of the episode, you have managed to steal a number of supposed vampire cures. After stealing the vampire cures, you injected Castor with that vampire cure. And when you'd injected Castor, then it alerted the vampires to the position, and they have then ambushed Bellomac and Solazina, who are deeper in the dungeon. So you now have to travel 50, 60, 70, 80, 90, 100, 120, 130, 140, 150, 160, 170, 180, 190, 120, so about 300 foot to try and get back to them.
That's 10 turns for me.
So can I? So with mine, if I can move 30 and then use a bonus action to dash, I can move 60.
Yes.
You're on mute. Grant's on mute.
Grant, you're on mute.
Grant's on mute.
So we can use our action to dash, which means it'll take us about 5 turns to get to him.
Jesus, that's still quite a lot.
Yeah, they're gonna have to dash to us as well, aren't they?
No,
Oh, does Captain Sylvester have a dash?
Yeah, everyone's got dash, but rogues can use it as a bonus rather than an action, which means you can move, dash, and then still fire an arrow, whereas we can just move and dash. We'd have to use like a bonus action to do anything additional.
Right, got you. So we can move double.
So, remember when I said that there's a potential that it's going to get really difficult down in this dungeon? Obviously, I'll give you the update. The Lich that you could have potentially ended up fighting was a Mind Flayer Lich, and his challenge rating is 22. So if you hadn't played that right, you would have been fighting the most dangerous enemy you've ever fought. Even more than the 2 Vampire Lords combined.
Jesus Christ.
Now you've been ambushed by 8 Vampire Thralls, with 2 of your party members isolated based on the decisions that you've made.
Nice.
So I'm going to sign off the stream and I'm going to sign off the recording. I shall be back now, and then I shall be back with you.
Is that monster still in the middle room then?
Yeah.
Thank you to everyone who's tuned in today for this episode. I shall be uploading it to my YouTube, which is Welsh Maelstrom. So this is, I think, episode 12 at this point. Episode 12, Blackened, or Darkened Hallows. And yeah, check us out next Sunday. Can't wait to see you there. See you later. Ta-ra.